3, 2, 1, 0.
Good evening. I'm Paul Gannis. An asteroid draws an astronaut and his ship to its surface, where he is miniaturized by the planet's exotic atmosphere in The Phantom Planet, a 1961 independently made American black and white science fiction film produced by Fred Gebhardt and directed by William Marshall. The film stars Dean Fredericks, Coleen Gray, Anthony Dexter, and Francis X. Bushman. Set in 1980, the United States Air Force's Space Exploration Wing has bases on the Moon, and it is on the eve of a mission to Mars when another of its two-member crew Pegasus spacecraft mysteriously disappears. Rumors begin circulating of space monsters and phantom planets. Captain Frank Chapman and his navigator Lieutenant Ray McConen are ordered to investigate. During the search, their spaceship suffers damage from a meteor shower, requiring that both men go outside to make repairs. A bullet-sized particle, however, pierces the air hose on Chapman's spacesuit, rendering him unconscious. McConen is able to repair the hose, but as he opens the airlock hatch, he is fatally struck by a similar particle. McConen's last act before being propelled into deep space is to push Chapman inside and close the airlock hatch. What a hero. Chapman comes to and finds McConen gone, and himself unable to communicate with the lunar base. He records a log entry about the preceding events, noting that he now must make a forced landing on an asteroid that is somehow pulling in his Pegasus spaceship. When Chapman breathes the air on the asteroid, he shrinks to 6 inches tall and discovers a whole race of little people who have made the asteroid their spaceship. Resigning himself to the fact that he's going to stay small for a while, the astronaut makes friends with the tiny people and helps them in their battle against the monstrous Solarites, ugly cannibalistic monsters, led by none other than Richard Kiel. Director William Marshall, a former actor and band leader, previously had made 2 films with Errol Flynn, Hello, God and Adventures of Captain Fabian. His son, Mike Marshall, made his debut in The Phantom Planet. Screenwriter and co-producer Fred Gebhardt previously produced and wrote the screenplay for Columbia Pictures' 1960 science fiction film 12 to the Moon. Star Dean Fredericks had just finished filming the lead in the NBC TV series Steve Canyon, which was later canceled after its first season of 34 episodes. And co-star Francis X. Bushman had been a major film star in silent films. The Phantom Planet was actor Richard Kiel's first credited film role. He played the captured Solarite. Standing 7 feet 2 inches tall, Kiel was best known for playing Jaws in the James Bond films The Spy Who Loved Me and Moonraker, and the tough but eloquent Mr. Larson in Happy Gilmore. It has been theorized that the interior lunar base set's metal structural supports closely resemble the sets for the observation nose of the submarine's sea view in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Since both films were released in the same year, and knowing Irwin Allen's talent for recycling movie and television sets, it's possible that Allen's production unit at 20th Century Fox was able to obtain and use these set pieces once production wrapped on the film. The Phantom Planet's interior spaceship sets, spacesuit helmets, oxygen backpacks, and special effects originally appeared in the Zeev Company's science fiction television series, Men into Space, broadcast in 1959 on CBS TV. One notable error stands out in the film. When the astronauts leave their spaceship to make the repair, they are untethered by any restraint and freely walk on the spacecraft's wing in defiance of the laws of gravity. The droning background sound on the planet is from the music library cue Caliban and Ariel by Desmond Leslie from Vintage Sci-Fi. The Phantom Planet was produced by Four Crown Productions, Inc. and filmed in Nashville, Tennessee. It was released in the U.S. by American International Pictures on December 13, 1961, as a double feature with Assignment Outer Space. The film has received mixed reviews. Dave Sindelar of Fantastic Movie Musings and Ramblings writes, "This is one strange movie. There are moments where it is engagingly surreal. The scene where the astronaut first encounters the little people is bizarre, but quite fascinating. I also think the movie does a very nice job with the special effects for what must have been a very low budget. The plot is a bit of a mess, though, and is at times painfully contrived, especially with the two love triangles. The pacing is truly horrible as well, with long, dull stretches of uninteresting talk, some of which sounds oddly Ed Woodian at times. While classic sci-fi movies notes, The Phantom Planet might be too low budget and nearly campy for some viewers, but if you look beyond the cheap sets and marginal acting, the plot has many little sub-stories which are intriguing. Despite the criticism, The Phantom Planet remains a cult classic among sci-fi fans. Enjoy the film, and we'll see you next time.
We'll do our best, Colonel.